Alright, good. Well, hello everybody. We are playing some I Love You Colonel Sanders. A finger good looking good time. I'm just making sure I'm live before we keep continuing with this. Yeah, the game needs to go up a little bit. Give me a second. Turn this up to 35. Should be good, right? Oh, actually, if I just turn you up about there. Now I need to turn this up a little bit more, huh? Just blast it. Right there should be fine. Back to the game. So this is the new release. Wow. I'm not gonna be able to learn English today. This is the newly released KFC game. So we have Burger King games, and now we have the KFC game. I mean, there's another KFC game, but we have the KFC game. Yes. And we're going to play this and try to get Senpai Colonel Sanders to notice us. Of course, it's a text adventure. Multiple endings. Just a bunch of fun stuff. So, yeah, so give me 2 secs and we will actually start, even though I said this like 10 seconds ago. Okay. Without further ado, let's start a new game. Tell us your name. Drago Senpai. Drago Senpai. Nah. Drago-san. No. Drago-chan. Yes. Oh, no, phone, don't, please. Okay. Look at that. Biscuits and chicken. The only way for Colonel Sanders to know us is to enjoy his food. Apparently they have a new bowl of food. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. And apparently I'm disconnected from my chat, so 2 seconds again, because only the professionals can do this, right? There we go. What's this popcorn thing do, by the way? That's the... Oh, it's a bucket of chicken. Full screen, prioritize quality, prioritize speed, mass value, music. Okay. Anyways. The world is peaceful and sincere. You could stay in the moment forever. Oh my god. What is that noise, please? Or you can wake up now. Your first day of culinary school is no time to sleep in. Throw the clock out the window and stay in bed forever, or smack that clock and up and at him. You slept through school year and gave up on your one chance, once in a lifetime opportunity to meet Colonel Sanders. Game over. Already. You might not be cut out for this. I give up. Let's try it again. Nah, I give up. We ain't good enough for Colonel Sanders. 1 out of however many endings. And speaking of endings, here's the opening again. Very sure the opening's gonna play. Yeah. One ending achieved. Alright, we're gonna skip that because I already did it. What does continue do? Before we get started, enter your name. Drago-chan 2. Drago-chan 1 did not get Mr. Colonel Sanders to notice us with his senpai-ness. We read this. Yeah, smack that clock, please. Lying in bed. Yeah, microphone's there. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School Academy for learning. Your mind begins to wonder. Who will be there? What will you cook? What should you wear? Time begins to fly by and you find your imagination getting away from you. You'll need to take this seriously. You allow yourself to daydream a bit, thinking about the future. Well, Mr. Colonel Sanders is always thinking about the future of KFC. I don't think he's a real serious guy. So let's daydream a bit. It's here, finally. Your first day of culinary school. So many dishes to prepare. So many students to meet. Your mind is swimming with possibilities. When you realize you're running late, you grab a biscuit and burst out the door in a hurry. Delicious. Just what you need to wake up those taste buds. Yikes! You're in such a hurry. In fact, you forgot to put on any deodorant before you running out the door. You're sweating buckets as you rush to arrive on time. Uh-oh. We're a stinky boy now. Colonel Sanders will notice us. Standing in a quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School Academy for learning. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. Whoa, she's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Okay. Good morning, Drago-chan. 2. Are you excited for your first day of the rest of our lives? Actually, because I sure am excited, a little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. What the? It's just that this morning I made a breakfast for myself, but then I ate it. I couldn't taste any love in the food. What if I'm no good? What if I fail? Classic Miriam. Raised by master chef parents, she always held herself to a very high standard. Ever since we were little babies playing together and you rescued me from the quicksand box, it's been clear to me that you're the most loving, caring person I know. You're gonna do great. But with the University School Academy for Learning famous 3-day only semesters. Wait, what? I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. A sweet girl. Miriam's always had a flair for the dramatic. This summer she got so nervous about her first kiss that she chipped a tooth practicing on a mannequin. Okay. Pep talk your best friend. Change the subject to school gossip. Should you pep talk her or change school subject to... we're gonna pep talk her. Remember last month when she saw the fortune teller and had our tarot cards? Oh, when we saw and our tarot cards read. The lady with the mask who gave me nightmares? I've been trying to forget. I know she looked spooky, but she was so sweet and she told you that you were destined for great things. Remember that car with the fancy looking tower and the other car featuring a handsome fellow in a red suit? I've been waiting for so long to meet a handsome fellow I could call my own. And I'm sure you will soon. In no time, we will be graduating. You will be delighting the world with your heartfelt cooking in no time at all. As you talk to Miriam, you can feel her nerves begin to ease. You know what? Maybe everything will be alright. Will be okay, sorry. After all, and if not, at least I have these killer bangs. Can you believe I cut them myself? You can definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. Before you get another word out, you're really interrupted when someone smacks your books and custom engraved measuring spoons out of your hands onto the ground. Hey. It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. Look at her. Hello, Ashley. Oh, I didn't see you there, chicken shins. You leave Drago-chan shins alone. They're pretty normal. They're perfectly normal shins. You can't stand Ashley. Even her name is annoying, you know? For a fact, that's actually Ashley, but she had to add extra letters to make herself feel better than everyone else. If anyone here knows the perfect shins look like, it's us. We're not gonna let you or your really weird insults get to us. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van, the man. Okay. has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him actually casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. Ahem. Van. You rang. Okay. You're all just posing in front of me. You've never been sure what their arrangement is, but as long as you've known them, Ashley and Van Van have been just as close as you and Miriam, but substantially more devious. I can't believe that the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning would ever allow people like you to attend as students. I know, right? You'd think they just hand us our diplomas now. Or maybe hire us as professors. You amateurs could learn a lot from us. With the first day of school about to start, there's no time to properly tell these two off, so you resist the urge. Let's go, Miriam. Psh, see you later, losers. Ew. As you approach the door, you see a goofy-looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Okay. Oopsie. I think it's broken. You reach forward and easily pull the door open. That should do the trick. I love you. I think you mean thank you? My name is Pop. I was named after my Pop. He's old. Could someone like this also be a student at school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Hi, Pop. I'm Drago too. So, are you going to make me hold this door open all day? Ah, nope. And with that, the young man walks into the building ahead of you. Is it just me, or is he kind of cute? I think it's just you. You both shrug your shoulders before following him into the building. You stand at the edge of the room, unsure where to sit. Other students wander in and keep themselves busy chit-chatting. A scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at a podium at the front of the class. Adorable. Now, quiet down, everyone. Who is this unreasonably cute pup, and why is he in our culinary class? You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCS AL. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and a little fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. What a cute dog is our professor? This is the best school ever. I guess only dogs is capable of picking up all the nuances of fine dining. Out of nowhere, wind begins to rush around you as you swirl, as a swirl of cherry blossoms. Blossom petals fill the air inside the classroom. I'm chilly. Someone close the window. And then he walks in. You're immediately swept up in the aurora of this new student and his remarkable goatee. Who knew anyone could be so handsome? Time stands still. It's him. If it isn't my favorite student, Harland. Colonel Sanders interrupts. Sprinkles, sorry, Professor Dog, before he can finish his sentence. Please call me Colonel. Colonel Sanders. A hushed murmur rolls through the classroom as Colonel Sanders walks down the aisle of desks. Suddenly, the room is sweltering. Sweat begins to bead across your brow. You feel like everyone is looking at you, and you're not entirely wrong. And this over here must be Sweaty Sweats a lot. Maybe we should open that window back up before Hossipate melts into a puddle and evaporates entirely. Hold on just a second. Nobody talks to my friend like that. You two both know my name. We were in the same kindergarten class, and what is with all your really weird insults? Besides, when Drago-chan 2 sweats, is not gross, it's beautiful. Look at the shimmer. You turn to find Colonel Sanders standing right in front of you. Okay. Colonel Sanders, beautiful angel that he is, stands before you, smiling gently, his hand outstretched. Boy, howdy. This classroom's get hotter than a Kentucky fryer. Please use my handkerchief. You freeze up. Colonel Sanders is talking to you. Wait, Colonel Sanders is talking to you? About how sweaty you look? You're completely mortified. This can't be your first interaction. What if he never forgets this moment? How you respond? Refuse the handkerchief? I would take it. You stretch your hand, and Colonel Sanders places a fine silk handkerchief in your... It's so beautiful. You hesitate to press it to your face, but when you do, the feeling is transcendent. It has his natural scent on it. It smells of the most delicious chicken you've ever smelled. Professor Dog steps in to settle the class down and set some ground rules. Welcome to the University of Cooking School Academy of Learning. For learning, sorry. The greatest culinary academy in the world. The birthplace of culinary legends past, present, and future. Many challenges await you. There will be tears, there will be blood, there will be even adorable tiny food. And when all is said and done, there will be a battle. You lift your sporks and complete in the Brome cooking arena. Just then, a nurse student enters the classroom and interrupts the professor's rousing speech. Student, ew, what? Hi guys, I'm sorry I'm late. I hope everyone had a good summer. I really miss quiet. Late to class is bad enough, but interrupting my monologue? You're on the fast track out of here, young man. Are you sure you're even in the right place? Don't you recognize me? This is my 3rd year in the school with you as my teacher. Everyone stares at him blankly. Does no one remember me? You're expelled if you utter one more word before I finish. Let that be a lesson to you students that tardiness is unacceptable. Even Clink made it out here on time, rolling halfway across town on his tiny wheels. You turn to see the student Sprinkles is referencing, who appears to be some sort of industrial kitchen appliance. Oh, Clink's kind of hot. I mean, what? Clink. The class bursts into laughter. Oh, Clink, you rascal. Sprinkles walks in the classroom as everyone stands in silent obedience. When he gets to you, he lifts his nose into the air and takes a deep sniff. Your diet is lacking based on what I'm picking up here. You definitely need a multivitamin. You should be taking better care of yourself. You never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkles' reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try to butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket. But what kind? Beef treat? No. Chicken. You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as it locks onto it. His favorite. Well. I think might be some competition for our new star student. The furry professor immediately devours the snack, leaving your hand slick with a coating of warm doggy drool. You see the other students eyeing you jealously, but pay no mind to them. If they wanted to succeed in life, they would have learned the importance of carrying a range of dog treat flavors on them at all times. Settle down, young chefs. Take your seats and prepare to have your minds open to the amazing possibilities of culinary creation. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing in front of the Colosseum. Only two options remain. Hey, Drago-chan, there's a seat here. It seems that no one has claimed a seat next to me if you're interested. We must notice Colonel Sanders. You take a seat with Colonel Sanders. It appears to be he brought no books, pens, or pencils. However, his perfect upright posture shows off a seriousness that makes you confident in his desire to learn. Thank you for offering me this seat. I've only had two rules: do all you can, and do it to the best you can. It's the only way you ever get the feeling of accomplishing something. That's so inspiring. A little off topic if you ask me, but okay. As soon as you settled in your seat, the professor makes an announcement. Think fast, it's time for your pop quiz. Yay, a pop quiz about me. This incredibly important and surprisingly short quiz will tell me if you're all ready for life at culinary school. Keep your knife sharp and stay focused. Your focus sharper. Here comes question 1. If train A is traveling to point B, train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Doesn't matter. Man, it depends. Extremely looking at you, Pop. Man, it depends. It doesn't matter. Extremely. That's right. Forest is to tree as chicken is to feather. Night vision goggles slammed up. Okay. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? A meat tenderizer, spork, a comically oversized fork, spork. What food is best for a broken heart? Anything as long as it's prepared with love and not too much salt. Camel meat, a pancake that looks like a silly face. Is Sprinkles a good boy? No. He's a talking dog that teaches at culinary school. He is the best boy. Yes. Wait. What if I just said yes? Your total score? Perfect. 5 out of 5. Wow, be honest. Did you cheat? You look up to see Colonel Sanders that's been watching you tally your score. He's impressed. I know we just met, but I had to confess. I think you have a beautiful brain. Hot diggity, Drago-chan too. You just scored some major Colonel Sanders points with that performance. May I have your attention, students? I have an important announcement to make. Time for lunch. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Do you smell that? That must be our lunch. It smells crazy good. Everyone, can I have your attention? Is it about lunch? Now, I just want to apologize for my tardiness. You see, Howdy, folks. I'd like to make an announcement. Hey, it's about lunch. Everyone cheers. But shh. Lunch. She said shh. In honor of the new semester, I've prepared something special to share with everyone for lunch. That must be what I smelled. That must be the smell I smelled. Indeed, the smell. You hold your breath, waiting to see what food this mysterious student has created. You've heard that he's very talented, but were the rumors true? Is this? He just has a bucket of chicken. Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Its contents glimmer in the light. It's just fried chicken. Piled higher, huge pieces of chicken breaded and fried to crispy golden finish. The aroma envelops you and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken. What a novel concept. Or was it noble? Your stomach begins to grumble as if to say, stop thinking, start eating. For years I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and 11 spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavors. You look around and notice that every other student has a pen and a paper, is scribbling notes as fast as they can. But that's all I say about that. What you think we want your stupid secret recipe, dude? Pshaw. Nah, my dude, nah. It's just, I'm just, drafting a last will and testament in case, one of those ingredients is, poison. Got him. He looks nervously to see if anyone else is laughing at a sick burn. You wait to see what zinger Ashley has prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I smelled something beautiful. I knew at the moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. She realizes that he is destined for greatness and fame. With cooking skills like his, she wants him all to herself. Oh, please. Well, Van, the man, if you don't want any, I'll take his. Well, hold on, I guess I'll try it. He takes one bite and his eyes grow wide. He starts confronting his face, or contorting his face as he tries to hold in his pure exhilaration and act unimpressed. Easy now, there's enough for everyone. Please, my fellow classmates, take it. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Oh God, what? Okay. Alone with your taste buds gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment and identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim towards the light. Second one. The flavors in your mouth are beautiful, pure, heavenly. What a guy. Alone with the flavors, you feel something that only can be described as love. For a man, for a flavor, are they the same? After tasting his food, you're trying to get some one-on-one time with Colonel Sanders. You approach Colonel Sanders. Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? Ha ha ha. How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time. As I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants, no big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. What's the rush? Semester is only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. He's clearly not giving up easily, but it doesn't hurt much to be persistent. You know what they say. Secrets, Colonel Shouldn't learning be fun? You got moxie. I'll give you that. Colonel Sanders looked both ways to make sure you're truly loved, and he leans in and you can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient I can tell you I use is, before I click on that, is something my great-grandmother taught me. Wow. I would have never guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you get some if you search. Okay. While you're wrapped up in that huge revelation, you notice Colonel Sanders has disappeared. While everyone else is still in the cafeteria, you decide to look for him. You find Colonel Sanders standing outside, standing in a quad. Oh, it's you again. Howdy. Sometimes I like to come outside and look at the school buildings. I think about how my story will continue on after I graduate. It sounds like you have big plans. I dare say the biggest. I will leave my mark on this world. You can bet on that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality. Nag him to show you your own strength. Wow, him with a big idea to add additional ingredients to really spice things up. Being modest but thoughtful. This one. You know about that? I was thinking about your secret recipe. I don't doubt it. It has a way of leaving an impression on all who taste it. You decide to show him that you also have a thing or two about blowing minds with new flavors. I actually had some thoughts of my own on how you can improve it. You want to change a secret recipe and you think you can do better? Have you ever heard of habanero peppers? Heard of them? I tend to an entire garden chili pepper varieties: habanero, poblano, cayenne. But that's not the point. You can't just toss new ingredients into my secret recipe and expect it to prove it. A recipe is about balance and involves consideration and refinement. I didn't mean to. Let this be the last time you emphasize my ideas, Drago-chan. I'm head back to class for the next lesson. That didn't go as planned. You better head back inside, but wait a moment, so that Sanders doesn't think you're desperately chasing after him. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place, it's magnificent. Finally, we get to show off our stuff. Wait a minute. Or a second. Oh no, we have to show off our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not gonna blow anything except maybe kisses to the crowds of fans you're gonna earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. Welcome students to the cooking arena. For today's lesson, you'll be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. Naturally, Miriam looks over at you, but you're unable to control yourself. You pronounce on Colonel Sanders. Wow. Hey Colonel, would you like to tackle this lesson as a team of two? That is me and you, if that isn't clear. Want to be my partner? Sure, Drago-chan too. I prepare a station. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing alone. Two different students quickly take notice. Hello, new partner. Bebop. Oh my, two potential partners. I'm sorry. So sorry, gentlemen, but I don't know who to choose. Looks like you'll have to pick for her. Friends' duties can be a little awkward, but that's the price you pay for not being alone forever. Who do you want to be Miriam's partner? Well, she said Pop. Sorry, Clink, but I think Miriam will be partnering with Pop today. Where Pop gives a big smile as he steps up to the station. As Miriam, I'm a chef. He holds up a banana and, without peeling it, proudly eats the entire thing. It's disconcerting, but Miriam is too kind to act grossed out. I love your enthusiasm, Pop. She looks at you. Really? This kid, but it's too late to change your choice now. Now it's time to focus on your own cooking classwork. Alright, you two, for today's lesson, we're gonna keep it simple. Basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. Which dish do you suggest, partner Colonel Sanders? Your grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy. You don't even need to cook it. It's always been something of a home chef. I was thinking we could do something warm, inviting, and comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes and gravy. I couldn't imagine one without the other. Colonel Sanders casts a coy look at you, causing your whole face to go beet red. Embarrassed, you quickly turn away. I'll get the potatoes. No, please, let me. Picking perfect produce is a passion of mine. Looks like things are getting pretty fresh around here. Does someone have a crush on Colonel Sanders? We're just cooking partners, mind your own business. Sanders' heart is my business, and you better keep your fingers off my man. Did someone call for me? No, geez, Van. While I'm over here crushing Dragox55's 2 dreams, you're supposed to be taking care of our class work. That was the deal, remember? Colonel Sanders returns arms full of peeled potatoes. He tosses them into a boiling water and turns his attention to you and your old friends. Oh, howdy there, Ashley Van. Are we working a quartet instead of a duet now? Actually, no. It looked like Dragox55 was struggling, so we offered to give them a hand. You know how it is. These young amateur chefs need a lot of mentoring. I was gonna say, Colonel Sanders, maybe I could also teach you a thing or two about fancy food. Maybe one day you might be able to get up to my level. Doubt it. Don't be rude, Van. Personally, I have no doubts whatsoever about Colonel Sanders' ability. Concoct creations worthy of admiration. After all, your fried chicken was quite spectacular. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we can we cast complementary shadows? We fit together like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but the one thing is clear. She's coming for Colonel Sanders if you don't watch out. Ashley's going at you hard. You need to ask for some backup here before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunks in your time of need. Turn to Miriam, your bestie who always has your back. Miriam. Turn to Miriam as soon as you find her. She senses it and looks back. This girl's friend in need radar is a second to none. She immediately comes running over. Is somebody threatening my friend? I will destroy him. I actually think that Ashley and Van were just leaving you in the dust. Vis-a-vis my skills as a chef, perhaps, but stepping away from this competition, you're sorely mistaken. Miriam, you're a loyal friend, but Dragox55 is my partner for today's activity. And you look for Sprinkles and hope that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis and their short but sturdy fake. You look down at your stand and realize, in the tension of your moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you already crushed boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mashed texture with plenty of butter and cream for the flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know us so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hands. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy, smothering your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mounds of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be proud. Colonel Sanders holds out a spork to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you standing, holding the same spork, and for the small moment, all of the madness and pressure in a crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. Time stands still. If you love something, set it free. Together you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lifting a heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then filled with rage while thinking, you fling the sporkful of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's super beautiful face. Van, do something. Scooping a finger full, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and realizes it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Hold on right there, Drago-chan 2. We do not waste food in Brom cooking arena. Colonel Sanders, I expect better from you. If you throw one more spoonful, you better be prepared to eat it wherever it lands. Can I eat it? Can I have potato's face? Van runs back over a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes and gravy, pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty, braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce, plated on a battle axe blade forged by his supreme chef ancestors. You've ignored me for too long. This ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite of the signature dish right off his plate. No, don't. Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. His rolls could be toxic. It's too late. He has eaten it. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed it. Oh. It just killed someone. Oh my god. Everyone step back. Don't take another bite. When you look at the plate, the rest of it's gone. Notice the tip of the tentacle has been slurped up into Pop's mouth. Pop winces in pain for his moment, then suddenly, almost immediately back to his obvious self. Oopsie, tastes like poison. The entire class has gathered to watch Pop's final moments. Shock was frozen. The whole crowd, they are motionless as statues. The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back into reality. It would appear that Pop's enthusiasm for trying new things despite obvious danger has inoculated him against poisons of all kinds. I'm not sure professors here make enough money. Oh, hello, I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. I'm sorry you had to go through that. Please let me walk you home. What? Like for real? Oh, come on. You follow Colonel Sanders out of the room. At night, the school building, has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Colonel Sanders stands in the quad's neon glow and speaks softly. Those mashed potatoes you made in class today. Before you go on, I want you to know they're not a great representation of my skills. I didn't realize I was making them. They were amazing. Tasting them, it reminded me why I became passionate about food to begin with. Colonel Sanders getting choked up cooking is obviously important to him in a way that you find inspiring. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders. Yes, Drago-chan too. There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I'd be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day, I've been working toward the dream. Day and night, never stopping, never resting. Also lifting a lot of weights. Like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Hey, no, you... Shut up. I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your food literally killed a guy? You can't prove that. I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you heard a long, sad sigh. Forget him. We're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. Oh my god, what is this? What? Oh, I had to drink some water. Spork monster. The spork monster. I'm here to fight. A hero. I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten us just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid. Be very afraid of me. I'm a monster. See? Is he rhyming on purpose or is that a just coincidence? But before you can discuss side attacks any further, is a turn-based fight sequence. Wait, what? Oh my god, what is this? What will you do? What the hell is this? Defend? You decide to defend. Which defense will you choose? Okay. You close your eyes tight, but then open one just enough to squint to see the spork monster across the battlefield. For some reason, this just makes you feel more prepared for what comes next. The spork monster goes on attack. They spit hot gravy at you. You take 1 damage. Fat lot of good that defense did. Attack. You decide to go on attack. Cook with love. Chow down. Cook with love. Does 1 damage. He won't forget this. Focuses their mashed minds and draws an energy from the Mother Earth itself. They grow larger and more intimidating. How will you respond? Defend. Buff up. You draw energy into your arms, thinking back on all of the stirring you did in the kitchen as a child. Your muscles go super swole and you're ready to take on anything. Spork monster is no quitter, buffed up and ready to rumble, then go on attack once again. Spork monster uses utility tensile. You take 2 damage from the attack. If you take much more damage, you will not survive the battle. Attack. Chow down. Chow down does 2 damage. Powerful blow. Spork monster is oozing cheese sauce onto the lawn of this quad. I wonder who is going to have to clean that up. Feeling vulnerable, Spork monster prepares for his ultimate attack rounded edge. Villain! Vile villain, your reign terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. I'm sorry, what? Yo, what? Pie power pinch. Pie power pinch does 10 damage. What? Spork monster is defeated. You saved me. An injured spork monster spews steam into the night. Forget mercy, finish him. Spare this wretched beast. You manage to tamp down your disgust at the sight of the gnarly beast long enough to realize that he's still a living creature of a pure soul who deserves your pity, not your wrath. Be gone, beast. Don't you dare come back for a follow-up encounter tomorrow. I won't forget this, and I certainly won't be back, like you said. The spork monster scuttles off into the night. The defeated monster leaves behind a special item. It appears at first to be a cookbook, but upon closer inspection it's so much more. There's a book of magic spells of a golden chicken on the cover. What the hell is going on? You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name signed it out is Borko. Borko, that name sounds strangely familiar. Your blood is pumping as you stand in the quiet of the night, holding onto the mysterious book in your hands. As you come down with your battle buzz, you realize that your final attack has left you completely depleted and the world around you begins to fade away. Without any energy, you keep your eyes open, darkness overtakes you. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home in your tired state. You don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word you feel. Your cover is being pulled over you as you're tugged in tightly. Good night, my Colonel. In your dreams you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there instructing your love and dreams are weird. What the hell? What? You wake on day 2 and attempt to process the vile visions you had. Were they memories or premonitions? And then there was that secret ingredient that Colonel Sanders went ahead and told you outright. Not much of a secret, huh? It's probably just because he trusts you so much. Surely that makes sense. We'll go with that. You meet up with your bestie in front of the school. Before you can tell her about the encounter with the spork monster, she launches into a story of her own. Okay, I know this might sound a little strange, but I think I might be, I think I might like Pop. You don't say like him, like? You know, it sounds like I'm moving too fast, but there's something about him I like him. We got to talking after class, and he's totally a sweet guy. Not only that, but he's really smart. He told me all kinds of stories about Colonel Sanders. Did you know Colonel Sanders enlisted in the army when he was only 3? Not only that, but he found a special unit of super soldiers who wear the same hats because he put a hat on one time and thought it looked cool. But Colonel Sanders doesn't even wear a hat. He wears a ribbon tie. Either way, maybe it'd be best if you took it slow with this new boy, like I am with Colonel Sanders. You know Colonel Sanders, the coolest guy in school, the most famous student to ever attend the University of School. Academy Learning? You're a thing now? We're definitely connected yesterday. Sure you did. You're great. Why wouldn't he be into you, I guess? Laughing at the implication that you and Colonel Sanders might be a thing is definitely not cool. You are great. You have an idea how to prove that your love is real? Well, if he's not into me, why did he tell me one of his secret ingredients? Your bestie's eyes light up. A secret ingredient? Yes, I just said that a secret ingredient. Is there an dramatic echo? Miriam checks to see if you're alone before continuing. So this summer, while I was on vacation, my family, a lovely man, approached me in the botanical garden, wondering what I was watching. He told me all about his passion for spices, secret spices. The man gave me some to show me what he meant. He said it was a powder created from a super duper rare dried flower petals, and that if I did him a big favor, I could have some of my own. Please, Miriam, don't tell me. So I filled my suitcase with them and brought them home. He was so nice. He even met me at the gate when I arrived. Later, when I cooked with them, a very strange feeling came over me, and the flavor was unlike anything I ever tasted. I think you're being very liberal with the meaning spices here. Whatever. Anyhow, we both share an interest in cooking, so we stayed in touch. You know, like pen pals? I bet he would love to know about new spices. Well, I'm definitely not supposed to share Colonel Sanders' secret recipe, and besides, I know the one ingredient, so I doubt it'd be any use to anyone. Please, 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 it would mean the world to me. No one has to know it came from you, from Colonel Sanders. What do you think? Should you protect Colonel Sanders' secret or share it with the bestie? Tell her the ingredient Colonel Sanders told you. Make up a fake ingredient. I'm making it up. You quickly think of a fake ingredient name. I don't know. How about it was Ivan I know it sounds like the kind of witch's potion, but what can you do? Ivan. Wow. Her eyes light up, imagining such a thing, and you figure what you satisfied her. Her curiosity, and she'll move on. However, she immediately turns around and does some thumb typing on her phone that you can't quite see. They're probably not good. But before you can ask her to confirm she was definitely not texting secrets to other people, you're interrupted. A rain rushes in, cherry blossom petals out of the air. Oh my god. It's Colonel Sanders. He's arriving at school. Stand back and admire his majestic glory, run to him. You decide that the best way to show Miriam how serious you and Colonel Sanders are is run to him. Surely he'll sweep you on the back of a stallion and ride together, they'll show. Oh, Colonel, my Colonel. Oh, wait. However, you're suddenly moving and surprises the horse. It ends up kicking you directly in the face. The force of the blow knocks you out cold. In the darkness, you see a vision. Ooh, Dragox55, I'm here to deliver you a message. Not this guy. It's important that you remember this exactly as I say it. If you forget, the world could end, so you know it's serious. I've been trapped in the realm beyond, but with a great prophecy relies on my return. Only you can save me. All you need to do is repeat my name 3 times. And my name is... Before you can continue, you suddenly wake up. Ah, jeez. You wake up to Colonel Sanders tending to you. He's roused you back to life with a satchel of secret spices. Or is that just his natural seasoned musk? Lean in for a kiss. Compliment the craftsmanship of his horse's shoes. Maybe he shouldn't be riding a horse to school. Maybe you shouldn't be running up to animals you don't know. It's hard to say, but who is wrong here? The one thing you could say, Colonel Sanders is pretty dreamy. That horse has beautiful shoes. I could really feel how smooth and sturdy they were when they were pressing into my face. That's nice to hear. No one truly appreciates good craftsmanship anymore. And with that, Colonel Sanders disappears in the school, leaving you and Miriam to follow. When you enter the classroom, you see your two rivals, Ashley and Van, are doing something bad. By the way, they're hiding. You know it must be really, really bad. Like counterfeiting receipts bad. Recipes bad. Experimenting with restricted ingredients bad. Summoning a demon bad. You try to peek over Van's shoulder. He sees you coming. Whoa there, little one. I'm not sure you're ready to handle this. Why don't you make like a bee and mind your own wax, honey? Act like you're not interested in them. You sit near the rivals, but you leave your back turned to them. You even hear Van muttering something that sounds like a bit like a magic spell. However, he knows you're eavesdropping, and you try to cover your tracks and improvise an excuse. Ahem, it's time for class, and you're distracting the rest of us who want to learn. Whoa, what is going on with her eyes? Now you've upset them. Oh, and you're the emperor of cooking, are you? You make the rules. I'm not sure you know a good meal if it ate you. Being the best chef in the world takes more than culinary skills. It takes creativity. It just takes penchant. It doesn't hurt to use a little evil. You finally get a look at what they're hiding. You instantly recognize it. It's the book. It's just like the one you found after the encounter with the spork monster. That's the same book that I found last night in the quad. Ashley immediately elbows Van Van, who hides a book behind his desk. I don't know what you're talking about. That book is family heirloom, and its contents are secret. You notice that they haven't just been studying the book. They've got Pop pinned to the wall, and they're tossing potato skins at him as he tries to catch them in his mouth. We're playing. Before you can dig any further, you're interrupted by the arrival of more students. It's almost time for class. Beep beep. Clank must be running late when he's in such a hurry that he rolls over Van's meaty foot. Hey, watch it, you bucket of bolts. You watch how you talk to him. He didn't even do anything. Psst, womp. Who do you think you're talking to? I've never heard such language, not even from a standard mixer. Womp womp. No, your mother was a stand mixer. Van jumps to attack Clank, but Clank shocks Van, sending him flying across the room. Protect me, Colonel Sanders. These crazed men about to come to blows. I think it must be over me, but I'm not interested in either of them. Ashley's tone has completely changed in an instant. She bats her eyelashes at Colonel Sanders. Surely he knows that this is a ruse, right? Gentlemen, get a hold of yourselves. Save it for the arena at least. Or don't. Honestly, I don't. What do I care? I've got lofty career aspirations to focus on. Maybe I can help you with your business plan. Just then, Sparkles arrives. To signal the true start of the class day. He's panting, which doesn't seem to be abnormal. He's a professor, but he's also a dog. Students, please take your seats. I apologize for my late arrival. I spent the morning chasing a car all around town and my legs are tiny. I'm very, very tired. But I'm here now, and I hope you're ready to learn. Rub his furry dog belly. He loves it. Sprinkles stops in his tracks and sniffs the air around you. Something has him in a trance. It's a scent left on you from Colonel Sanders. Sprinkles jumps on you and licks your face. Down, boy, down. Off hoppin'. That command shouted by Colonel Sanders has snapped Sprinkles out of his trance. I wonder what was up with him. Sorry, I got a little carried away. After he catches breath, Sprinkle regains control of the classroom. Without further ado, we'll review the global history of the favorite fowl, the chicken. You want to pay attention to the lesson, you truly do. Which is why in 1776, at the signing of the Declaration of Independence, it was a chicken who first signed their name. But you can't help but daydream about Colonel Sanders, and you miss most of the important parts. When you come to, Sprinkles is holding out a tray of food in front of you. Well, Dragox55, naturally it appears to you to be a sampler. Which item do you want to sample? A glass of water, shimmering pepper. Let's try a dog biscuit. Because of the shape is baked and you assume the dog biscuit is a treat made by Sprinkles. An example of culinary talents, perhaps. You reach out for it when Sprinkles bites onto your cooking apron. What kind of monster would steal a dog's favorite biscuit? Your apron is left in tatters. The underclassman looks on in horror as you fall unconscious from the embarrassment. I never even got to taste it. Is this the end? You fade into darkness, but there's something here. The spork monster? Borko, what are you doing here? It's not your time, my friend. Your act of kindness has not been forgotten. You watch as your apron magically repairs itself. You won't have to live in embarrassment anymore. Thank you, my friend, wherever you are. So that just kills you. And if you kill the monster, it kills you. Okay. Shimmering pepper. However, your body's not prepared for the heat. Wait, I died again. This guy again. I'm here to give you an important message. You must avenge my death and fulfill your destiny. You must do is cough cough. I was saying, to fulfill your destiny, all you must do is cough cough. Sorry, I think I have something spice stuck in my throat. It's fine. I'll work through to fill the prophecy. Cough cough. You must. You feel the being to regain consciousness. Oh man. You come to and find everyone is staring at you. That pepper was the last of its kind on Earth and now is gone forever. You think to yourself, geez, I should pay better attention. We all make mistakes. I'm sure he'll forgive you someday. Come on, it's time for lunch. Before you can relax, the cafeteria lights dim and your rivals enter to make a dramatic announcement. Today's lunch will be prepared via timed competitive cook-off. The level of theatrics with these two is off charts. Demand that they stop wasting everyone's time. Step and tell them you're on. A bit of a lunchtime competition? Count me in. I had to wipe the tables of you fools before I set my lunch down on table on it. Then so be it. I'm not a fool, you're a fool. Good one, Van. I like your competition, Dragox55. I feel like watching your performance. Just as things reach a boiling point, Sprinkle steps in. Surely you'll stop to their menace. Now, students, please settle down. This is the lunchroom, not a sponsoring court. Finally, a little sense. You breathe a slight relief. At least not until we turn on the timer. Timer ready. Just then, a huge light blasts off in your face. The words "timer ready." That's what I think. That's what I'm talking about. Ooh. I stand corrected. The hard way builds solidly a foundation of confidence that cannot be swept away. And that's an original quote by me in any case, who was wondering. I hope is a message that lifts you to victory. Like a diamond, I was formed under pressure, and now is my chance to shine. I would defeat you myself. You had his chicken, and you made mashed potatoes and gravy on the day one. You're feeling like you can press him again here. It's time to boil some water for the potatoes. Think fast, if the timer runs down, you'll be forced to pick randomly. What temperature do you boil potatoes at? It always boils 100 seconds after you turn on the heat. That's right, but how would you have gone through without knowing? Winner gets to rub my furry belly. What? We're gonna need to season this chicken before you cook it. You don't know Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. How many herbs and spices did he use? 11. That's right, you might know all the ingredients, but at least you're heading the right direction. His tail wagging tensely. Now that you have some basic steps going, it's time to evaluate your craft. What's in your mind's most flavors? Gratitude, vigilance, gratitude. That's right, you must never take this opportunity for granted. If you hope to succeed, your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you you never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice. You draw energy from that place. Now you should have a great time and harness the energy. Where does it come from? Small town, big dream. Oh. Next question. You should try to shut out the noise in the arena. Focus on cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling, bubbling. Oh, bubbling. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I believe in you, Drago-chan. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except, what makes you totally forget you're watching. All you can think about is Colonel Sanders. Spotting, guys. Whoa. Oh my god. You're really struggling to keep up. Next station actually is beforehand. Make a time you toss a biscuit dough into a stern mixture as you do crowdcast. Hey, yikes. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in kitchen battle, but sometimes you can sacrifice a personal touch. When you hear everyone's talking about, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand to the mixer and rescue the dough before it's overmixed. You're not fast enough, your hands get stuck. You miss immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use your hand for the rest of the match. Shakes his head in shame. What you often find is the easy way can turn out too much more difficult. Everyone stop. What are you doing right now? The battle's over. I can't believe I was close to finish my dish. Sweetheart, look at your hand. You can't simply get going. Aw, too bad. And here I am with a complete dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me wonder by default. No. It wouldn't be fair to compare the two on the account of Drago's Chan 2 injury. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose you could at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find an array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that deserves good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Drago-chan to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer over a delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Colonel Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong mandy arm. Pours the hot chocolate sauce over the top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden inside. Inside you find a delicate fried cheese cortec, atop a slice of honeycomb ice cream, 2 waves, tender nougat, pearls of blueberry gale. Colonel Sanders seems intrigued but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger in the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you hee. As he places a sauce-covered finger to his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something to his ear. The dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Put yourself between Colonel Sanders and Ashley. Internalize the rage you feel. Your rage feels so intensely when you're within your eyes that they burst into flames. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and you turn to ash. They fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by the poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow. You run for the quad to be alone. The beautiful weather feels like an insult inside of your... It's Colonel Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. What? And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not from devastating loss, but from that run in with the mixer and that smile of fire where we should get you checked out. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'm not fit to fill your fryer. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is part of life. No, just for you, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, I think again, I wasn't always a man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way. I walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. I was passionate about life, but I failed in obscuring abstraction. I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but then I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my business partner to a gunfight. I didn't know. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-cut beard and assume that I've got it all together, which is true now, but it hasn't always been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something no amount of hours, labor, or money would ever deter me from giving the best I had to give. As Colonel Sanders changes the focus, you see something ignite inside of him, a passion, burning passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone to something better. My new dream is pure, is honest, is something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I'll create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up my past misdeeds. Yay! Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening shadowy presence. It's the spork monster, battle scared from the night before you're prepared for the worst. Are you kidding me? Borko? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back, and after all the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you don't really want to see me anymore, but I just want to say I was wrong to attack you and I apologize. I know what it's like having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. I know that you're strong and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a spork monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were human once? Well, no. I was a golden retriever, but then I was still a student. Until one day, some mean kids with a magical spell book cast a dark enchantment on me. I was ever transformed. Magical spellbook. Precisely, I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way, I lost it. If you find such a book, I beg you to respect it. You're a powerful chef, and you shouldn't rely on dark, evil magic, and you should be protecting the innocent from those who cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear me, I will be there. Sounds like there are some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Drago-chan too, together, I am sure we can defeat him. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss. A personal invite? Who can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. Stepping into Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Colonel Sanders. Every day can be an adventure, if you approach it right with the right attitude. Long ago, I made a decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. I have been working on a new recipes of your own lately. Oh, have you been working on new recipes of your own lately? I've always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there's just a side dish I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavor textures. I'm not sure if I nailed it yet, but I'm close. Colonel Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish he might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spice or something crispy, both perhaps. Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him or keep it secret just for you? Keep it secret. Actually, I've said too much. Please forget ever said anything. You can practically hear Colonel Sanders' heart beating in his chest. He tries to act demure, but his facade begins to crack. I can appreciate a good secret, of course. In fact, I got many, nearly a dozen in my fried chicken recipe alone. But I would hope that you could learn to trust me with yours. Well, I suppose you did share a secret with me yesterday, so it'd be only fair. And you see, yes, Colonel? I've been completely honest with you. The secret I told you... Oh, I haven't been. I told you was a fake. Oh no, the ingredient you shared with Miriam, it wasn't true? You're angry with Colonel Sanders for lying, but the fact that you revealed his secret shows that he was probably right to do so. I mean, it wasn't the real 11 secret herbs and spices. You see, we had only just met, and I had to make sure that you were trustworthy and capable of keeping my most important secret to keep. To me, my recipes are priceless. Well, I have to confess something. The secret ingredient you told me I shared with Miriam, I did not. But now you've come clean. We start building a relationship as fellow chefs again. I promise to be honest from here on out, I really do. I'm counting on you. Then in that case, I present to you my original coleslaw. The shredded cabbage dish glistens. The light of Colonel Sanders' Luke's hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy coleslaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I like to have it around so I can admire its taste later and think back to this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems to like the sensational, sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please, make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. Around the room are various items that you can take a little closer look at. Each item to radiate memories, emotions. Tap on an item discovered about the Colonel. Okay. You know, it's a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on the corner of a table. Or sitting on a corner table, you realize. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy must have been important to the Colonel Sanders when he was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Take a closer look at the urn on the nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but you wipe it off and read the inscription. It says, "Here lie the ashes of my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. One of the photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend, and they hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheering them. You look closely, you see a little short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. The photo appears to be Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Mustache. Okay. Heading out to the world on a quest to avenge my death. Wait, what? I never learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now is... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open up the window of the crack and it goes there and it sweats out of a breeze. This must be where he kept the secrets. You think for a moment what number important to the Colonel's, then it draws on you. It seems to turn dial 111111. The safe opens. You find a single note. Can chicken be prepared? So I don't know what that said. Scented candle. Scented candle, you try to identify the smell. Power tool. Freshly starched color. Piece of wood floating on a lake. Summer 69. That was just one of the secret ingredients. It's tap on an item to discover more about the kernel. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further expansion, you realize that the hair therein just isn't silvery in color. It's just actually made of spun silver. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and you find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off his hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but is soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug within, braving a scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what he meant? Before you can look any further, you hear Colonel Sanders returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on. He wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks you why you're wearing his jacket. I don't usually loan these out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. You decide that now is your moment to make your big move. You tell him you're cold. Oh, give me a second. You fess up and tell the truth. You confess. I think I developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door, but the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of an emotional breakthrough gives you a pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Yes? I honestly think that this might be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift into slumber. Dream sequence. Oh my god. Wait, so tomorrow's like the last day. You wake to a beautiful morning, Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today's a day that will change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, blank isn't even legal, but if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted by Colonel Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding out a gorgeous plated breakfast and your mouth waters in the sight of it. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's spectacular. You taste Colonel Sanders' food and takes you on a journey. Then you return. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're a perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine, your taste buds, that is. Take him down a peg. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest cookery? Take him down a peg, flatter him. You know, I think we might make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the correct corner of his eye. His gaze out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner, can he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confusion, confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears, unable to speak. The only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find yourself very surprising. Your best friend is here waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I had been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you anywhere. I got worried that something had happened to you. It's okay, I just was. But now it turns out you're fine. I could finally get you up to speed on the saga Miriam. Sure, but you would not believe what happened to me after school. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I was partner of Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him, you better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was kind of interested in spending some one-on-one with time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure. I can get to know the little guy. Long story short, he told me his favorite shush house, but things... He took me to his favorite shush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say shush house? As if that's a thing people just say. What is that even referencing? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her whole story, however, bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a tour of back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened but the emotional connection, wowzers. Miriam offers to support you no matter what you do. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance they're picking up Pop, though he might not quite grasp by that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? Sounds delicious. It's great. I'll order you one right away. I'll have my swirly sprinkles, please. Hee sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dip too. What? Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school. There's that horse that Colonel Santa rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You got some nerve, Dragox55 too, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday makes your accident and makes you wince in pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well just give up. I'll never give up, ever. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to the boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day, Dragox55? How is that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I broke a nail winning so hard. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What's he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of a delicate, warmy, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about your food, how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Excuse me, Dragox55, I am more capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as well after class, Colonel. I'm always interested in discussing the fine arts of fine goods. See you inside, Dragox55. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley, who's you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by the interaction you feel with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Well, that's the book. It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire. But I don't really believe in that magic stuff. Can I save? Oh, I can load. A grimoire? Look like a book of spells. I don't know who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't that really powerful. I could think of one surefire way to find out. You open to a page called "An Arcane Warnings, cast only in case of an extreme emergency," it says around the edges of the page. I could use a spell that says it will erase anyone I choose from all memories. If I scroll about Colonel Sanders, it will probably help me focus better on upcoming final exam. That's a way drastic. Couldn't you do something else, like anything else, not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine. It is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Cast the forbidden spell. Don't do it after all. You take your friend's advice, put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but I assure you it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and begins to breathe quickly. He must be hungry. Reach for some old homework, give him a snack. Dogs can be rather unpredictable, especially Sprinkles. Wait to see what happens. Sprinkles stops in his track, focusing on a window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on a cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs out the window of the classroom. He begins to bark uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence, I told you never to come back here, Terrence. I'll destroy you, Terrence. Sprinkles is barking ferociously. Drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over. He doesn't even say anything back. You know, you wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by the not only Terrence but any other squirrel hearing distance, he returns his professional tone. Ahem, I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Dragox55 for reminding me to dole out the indispensable bit of wisdom you see. But before you can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. Sprinkles is interrupted by a sad whimpering coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it after class. But I miss you. We went on one date, Pop. How can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away again. Oh my god. That's a really cute thing to say, Miriam. What happened between you and Pop? I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me. I didn't get in trouble. I just got yelled at by Pop's mother, who blames me for getting him banned from every museum we set foot in. Oh, so that means you went by... So that's what you meant by Shush House. Pop, we went on one date. We're over. And it meant so much to me. I made it this far for you. To her to go on arguing, Pop leaves his creation behind and runs out of the room ill. Nothing like a loud public breakout that casts a pall over the final day. Well, that was unfortunate. And we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown next challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you in the arena. But before you can think about upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay, I'm so mad. I smashed a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that? In front of everyone. Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, so you know that this breakup is no joke. even if the source of her frustration is a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm not going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you were going to cruise through the final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brights up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates and braces the feeling all the way. We're not going to saddle up on Colonel Stallion right off onto sunset without me. Of course not. Maybe, sorta, but I'm sure that the pony out there with your name on it and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clink or anyone you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who'd settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug, wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu today. I'm going to make a very special soup, and I bet the presser dog is going to love it. While you're pep talking Miriam, you completely missed the lunch, but that's okay because you had a better idea how to spend your time before your exam. You decided to head to the arena to practice a dish. This is it, the location of the final challenge. Test the will, test the courage, a test the talent. And a chance to beat the pants off Van Van's opposed to Man and his evil or counterpart Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of the recipe. You've been working on Dragox55's famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Dragox52, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. The pot pie has begun to bake, and I smell slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decided it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but the decision gets hard to stick to when ignore it, like there was no sound at all fessed up by your practice dish. Okay, you got me. Did the stream crash? One second. I've been doing a little more than visualizing. I know my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's oddly specific distance, but you expect nothing less from an oddly specific man. Oh boy, I can't speak today. Okay. Yeah, no, it didn't crash. Alright. You knew I was making a pot pie just from the smell. Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all buttered crust. And my nose can tell me something else. Oh no, is it burning? Haha, no. I can smell it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lay down the ground rules. There are no rules there. That is except to cook everything you got. You step with the cook-off for a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus pot pie you've been practicing are just the dishes that you'll push over the edge of victory. Meanwhile, both Van Van and Ashley are preparing a widely elaborate dishes per their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big, going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and 11 spices, but he's trying to find a new way to improve on something perfect, his original recipe, fried chicken. The intensity in the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out real cool specific cooking moves as they prepare their dish food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam fiercely injects ingredients with an itty bitty pot of broth. Best friend, bastard, blessed. What the? Okay. Van flexes pectorials as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid. Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Okay. Even Clink gets in on it. 5 dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's a singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen. Our appliance uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clink and rolls him out the back door of the arena. As frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spell book out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own. You're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take the opportunity to fight magic, even if it's certain magic? Cast a spell, do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you got passion? I'm doing this the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms. He gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Drago-chan, too. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Drago-chan, too, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice Miriam is at your station cheering for you. Miriam, what about your dish? If you're cheering, who is cooking? Tiny food short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet of you, but Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's a secret ingredient. Oh no. The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. Watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. What the fuck? Steve, wait, what happened to Porco? You're not here to battle me, are you? We're spork monsters. We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conjured Steve. I hate the battle, so I'd say you're doing it pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steven's Twerk Monster notices that you've got grammar stashed beneath the cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross magical items and accidentally summoned me, huh? Haha, yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in the pot of boiled salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little sport pup, back in the old country. You feel spork monster winding up. You tell a long, evolved story. You don't know exactly where that came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch it on stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in Monster School that I had fallen asleep during Scare Tactics class. When I woke up, he tosses a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered his setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summon extra power from the deep in yourself. Give up and drop out of culinary school. Wait, I could just give up? No. All you do decide to do whatever it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds are preparing their entire lives. Yes, Drago-chan, you're the chosen one. You will avenge me. Oh my god, this fucking ghost guy. The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my monologue? Sorry. My heart is pure, my hands are steady, my taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that this power, you can do anything except turn back time, which would be super useful because you were powering up your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Drago-chan 2. You have met some setbacks, but it's not all lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decides that you earned his support. I've been watching you today and I must say I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling through your punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. And all you managed to make was mac and cheese and the time is almost up, so you're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, so what about tests? What will happen to you? What happens to the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel that reveals the most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes upon. And besides, some of the unexpected combinations can have surprising effects. That surpass in individual efforts. Oh great, so we're going to combine mac and cheese and chicken tenders? Are you suggesting if we combine forces we can make one the perfect food union? Time's up, students. It's time. With time expired, it's the moment everyone's been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, clank. From off screen, we hear a pure and instant giggle that can only come from one student. Hee hee, I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from the broom closet over there. Oh no. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, Van did this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought the wedgie was a salad. Looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. Pop, I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks, I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCS history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a second, pranks, clank. Where did pressure cooker roll off to? You hear a signature word beep or other onomatopoeia, but there's nothing or none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll figure that out later. At least the 4 remaining students, please collect your final projects. Yes, it's been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I made... Oh, it actually is small food. Tender udon noodles and savory soup. My word, it's so delicate. And is that a tiny Naruto maki? I spy a float on top of the itsy busy bowl. Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkle. Chef is my father's name. What? Yes, sprinkles and some green tea made by baby tea leaves that I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish, opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime. Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not the only one of those dogs who don't floss. I even really have a cute little electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all by myself. In a flash, the entire meal has been devoured, and not that it took much. It was less than a thimble worth of soup. A plus. Rarely do I ever taste a dish with so much love poured into it as yours. Miriam's overjoyed. She gives a huge hug. Thank you, Drago-chan, too, for helping me believe myself. Van, you're up. Just now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard and axe urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines on it from a second different color type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Don't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in and sniffs the uni, but he can't get his nose close on the account of all the spikes. He begins to paw it erratically, causing the custard to sloosh around. Woof woof. Please be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. Finally, Sprinkles goes on all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back his tongue and is poked and prodded. Youch, my tongue. The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to this thing. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't disqualify sympathy. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley, is time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight in a light rose water syrup topped with French marigouet and connected by a sugar glass. This actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, I ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it anyway. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school. Got a taste in your ears or something, Drago-chan? Or toast in your ears, Drago-chan too? Yeah, I told you it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say it's beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and I did an extremely good cooking job cooking it too. I didn't realize that we're having a eating exam. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I like to go to the College of Eating School for Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted. But don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food is not supposed to be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and finally she cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms off to dedicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to fake nice and liked by people. This isn't the last you heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders finally cook step up together. Two chefs. What began as a delicious bowl of mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, literally drumroll plays. Just then, I've seen everything in the kitchen. You give me this thing, and completely blown away. I'm In my 49 dog years of life, I never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the class. You pass, you pass, you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. I'm gonna go on record and feel like this is all advertising for KFC based products. You win! Together you and Colonel Sander made a new menu item. The new menu item is impressive. You and Van naturally are drawn back in by his magnificent magnetic fragrance. Then when they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. They were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment. They get their groove on. The cafeteria has completely been redecorated in order to serve as the site of the graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog in the house! Ow, ow, ow! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but was it also a renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Whoa, what? Van, Ashley, everyone, they've committed themselves to righting their wrongs they did while they were the villains. Wow. Okay. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at a graduation is clearly written in schools by law. I actually never turned into I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together, is a spork monster. He is slowly mellowed out. Everyone, the spork monster is no more. From here out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by a new name, Party Monster. I hope this train didn't crash. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up talking about spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out with Miriam romantically, but she found a love in her cooking. You know, she's gonna do great. Wow, we could have ended up with Miriam. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It looks like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? As I make sure it is still streaming. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. It's Pop. He arrived late to the dance, apparently for a good reason. Walking the carpet out, you see perched atop his dirty chef set a crown. Welcome back, Pop. You know you weren't able to complete the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had to mail it directly to your father. He figured it was the least we could do for the school's dean. Oh, now I get it. Now we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. Miriam, will you be my lady king? What an incredible turn of events and offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. You'll be my prince. You'll be a princess, or maybe a queen. I'm not sure. If he even knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby. I'm sorry, Pop, I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got so much to do with my life. A twist on a twist. So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny foods. Metaxically sculpt and then watch accidentally blown away by such a single sneeze. Okie dokie. The music's at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. It's Clink, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, is he doing the talking thing? I am Clink. I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens up and Clink disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Howdy, classmates. Okay. Just like the first day you met him, he's come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to give them a bucket of chicken. It's time for a full meal. Oh my god. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end. It's not the end. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting on the edge of a dance floor. Dragox55, why are you sitting all alone? Oh, you know, I just been waiting for the right person to ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? On top of my head, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree of a university cooking school academy for learning, just to name a few. It's truly my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor hand in hand, Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off and I'll be glad to spend it together with you, Dragox55. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think there's something I need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurant? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at school here, do you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Could it be? Who you found a love connection but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you live with only half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? Sorry. I suppose I can roll at a pastry school. Oh my dear Dragox55, I'm sure that you'll find a place eventually. And all along you'll have me by your side. The end. My throat is really dry. And yeah, we got whatever ending that was. So we saw Drago-chan 1's adventure where he just didn't get up and he slept through the school year and didn't bother. Drago-chan 2, however, went through a thing, had a battle with a spark monster, got to know Colonel Sanders a little bit, went to help our friend Miriam. Miriam helped us out, let her know, believe in her food. Ashley and Van were sort of stopped. And we never learned the ghost's name or the student's name. Not that it was really important. So basically, at the end, Colonel Sanders wants to be with us, but we never impressed him in the cooking way. So, it's kind of disappointing. But,